All right. Okay. Here we go. All right, y'all. Oh, Coach, what's going on, man? And BJ in the house. Marcus, what's going on? Just getting on here. Off the day, man. You know, it's one of them chill days again. You know, I got to kick it and do this post-fight talk. I did a little bit of post-fight talk yesterday, man, but got to come through. Shout out to Coach. You know, he had a good show last night. We had a good conversation over there. Make sure y'all subscribe to Coach. And, of course, No Filter MMA as well. Yeah, good interview, too, man, BJ, with Pam Bam, man. Pam Sorensen, man. BJ got a good, funny interview. A good, fun interview with Pam Sorensen, man. I enjoyed that one, man. I mean, I'm ready to see Pam back in the mix, though, for real. It's time for her to come back, man. Like, it was just good to hear her actually talking about a fight coming up, actually have some, good news lined up. Yeah, a lot of people don't get notifications. Like, I'll get some of yours, BJ, sometimes, but I'll actually just have to kind of look it up. I know you tell me when you're coming on, but sometimes I'll be missing stuff. Like, I'm subscribed to Bloody Canvas in MMA, and I don't get any notifications. Yeah, Pam. Yeah, she kind of chill though. I mean, I'm cool with that though, man. I mean, I'm ready to see her back in action though, for real. Like, that's where she's really gonna let go. She's a solid fighter, and it's been too long, man. It's need to get some. It's time to get back in there. I think she's just ready to go. Oh, okay, it's not public yet on who the opponent is. Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about that then. We know she coming back, but we don't have to bring up the opponent. But yeah, man, I'm back on. I want to talk about what's going on in the game right now. I want to talk about these judges just a little bit. I ain't gonna spend too much time. I went over to Coach yesterday. We talked about it. Well, Marcus, he done posted it, so he done posted who the opponent is. So, but yeah, I was over there talking about what judges need to do. I think it's clear on what we need. I know Marcus. BJ said it's not public yet. He done posted that junk up, man. He just posted that thing up, man. Like, wow, put it out there. Oh man, yeah, but yeah, like I said, I'm very, very picky on what I call a robbery, but I don't know. This was a robbery to me. I think it was a robbery. No, BJ, don't retract now. Don't try to retract on it now. Miranda Maverick got robbed in that fight. Same with Jason Rose. Now he trying. Jason Rose could keep laughing at the fact that she lost, but you gonna say she won the fight? What kind of hypocrisy is that? Like, how you gonna laugh at Miranda Maverick for taking the L, and then after that then you gonna say, oh, she won the fight, or then you gonna say, oh, she can't beat Montana, or she can't beat Sarge. Like, why you gonna try to put her? Why you gonna try to say one thing but then laugh at the person for getting robbed? That, to me, that's not funny. Like, I don't find that funny. That's why I say, like, what Jason Rose says, a lot of the times I can't take it seriously, man, because it's based off of emotion. I'm going with facts. I'm going off of what I saw, and I don't think that's funny that she was robbed. Like, don't say, oh, she lost, I told you so, when you know in your heart she didn't lose. She wasn't exposed. She has the skill. She's still better than Macy Barber. She was just robbed of her fight. So come back at that. I mean, come on. Like, oh, you going to say, oh, Miranda can't beat these other fighters. Oh, but she won this fight. Oh, you putting all these laughing emojis. I told you so. You didn't tell me nothing. She won. You said she won. So what did you tell me? How can you say I told you so when you said Miranda won the fight? How can you laugh at it? And that ain't funny, laughing at robbers. But shout out to Jason. He try to keep me on my toes all the time. I mean, keep me on my toes. I mean, I'm always the same though. I don't ever flip flop. I ain't gonna say, oh, told you Miranda ain't no good, she lost. Then I'm gonna say, oh, she won. Come on, let's be real. And no, I ain't mad. I'm just kind of disappointed that one would try to put it out there like I don't know what I'm talking about, and you say I don't know how to look at a prospect, but then you say that prospect won, or you laugh at the prospect for getting robbed. Am I saying anything wrong right now? I don't think so. Yeah, Coach said he won't go live. Yeah. Robot Chicken, what's up? He said the judges are crooked. I guarantee they have money on Barber. They had to, because that one judge, I mean, you can see the card. The name is out there, Chris Lee. I think is his name, Chris Lee. He put it out there. He was the one. Hang on one second. Let me check this mic out. All right, sorry. I had to I was looking at my cord. I had to follow it and make sure everything was hooked up because I thought something got pulled out, but I'm back. All right. What were y'all saying here in the chat? Hold on. Coach said he never won live smoke. B just I wouldn't laugh at her, but in the moment, I thought it was Macy. I fell victim to my own criticism. Winning round 3 doesn't win the fight. I'm telling you, man, like, how are people scoring the first round a draw? How would you score the first round a draw when Miranda was clearly touching that body? Well, I won't even say touching the body. She was hitting Macy Barber with some hard body kicks. Macy came out very tentative. Miranda came out to fight. She didn't come out no feel out round, right? She came out to fight the first round. MJ said Bellator delete your comment if you say Velasquez was robbed. Yeah, even that fight now, I watched it over and over. I watched it like 4 or 5 times now. And Velasquez, to me, won that fight. Every time. The first time I said she won it. I know there were some parts of me saying that, okay, she had to do this, but I'll talk about it again in another video because the more and more I watch it, it does look like she was robbed as well. I just had the feeling that, look, as a challenger, you do have to do more. because that is a different fight. It's a 5-round championship fight, but at the same time, Kielholtz did land a lot. She did land a lot of strikes. But this fight here, this Miranda fight, I mean, Miranda was clearly landing more strikes and being very active in this fight. I mean, Kielholtz. Yeah, Kielholtz won. In my eyes. But to me, Miranda definitely bagged 2 rounds. She definitely bagged 2 rounds. Lolita said, what about what they did to Simon Biles? Yeah. Lolita not awarding her points for the degree of difficulty of her performance is to protect other fighters from trying to equal her when it would be dangerous for them to try and make fun of the U.S. MJ Velasquez did not win that fight. I don't understand how they score. I'm confused. Yeah, the more and more I watch it, the closer it is not. The closer it's not. The more and more I watch it, the closer the fight is not. I didn't see what Velasquez was doing. Like, first night I watched it, I was on edge because I was like, Kielholtz has got to knock her out. You got to go in there and make a big statement. Second time, I clearly saw Kielholtz winning 1-4-5. And then the third time I watched it, again, 1-4-5. Fourth time I watched it, 1-4-5. But then I was like, round 3, Velasquez just, got a good takedown and a few good shots in, but it wasn't really like too much going on there. It was always Kielholtz touching and landing, like Caitlin Kagan style. That's why I say if you want to win on points, you got to always constantly touch an opponent. Yeah, it was a good fight. Like, it wasn't like a great fight. Like, I guess we all expected more of a barn burner where, somebody was going to get submitted or knocked out, but it was a win. It was a solid fight. I think, Miranda came to fight more so than Macy did. I think Macy, she didn't really turn it on to the third round. Macy, moving forward, I mean, she really thinks she won this fight. I mean, she's telling it at the post fight that she won. She said, I did enough to win, and she ready to move on. So, I mean, I think we all clearly agree that Miranda Maverick won the fight. Like I said, some people just knew that I was picking her, so they didn't want to go with that. But I told you she did. But Jessica she took to Twitter. She voiced her opinion about the fight, and I have to agree with her. She was like, that's wrong. They shouldn't have robbed Miranda of her fight because, like Coach was talking about last night, it messes your money up. That's messed up because it'll mess your opportunity. It'll mess your opportunity up, mess your money up, and you also won't. You'll kind of fall down in the rankings. Like, it's going to be harder for you to get a better fight. Like, even if you don't like fall drastically, you won't be able to get those high ranked fights anymore. Your pay grade is going to go down. You're going to be getting unranked fighters, especially on the low level that Miranda's on right now, between the 13, 14, 15. She probably won't get anybody ranked above her right now. Or she probably be thrown in there with an unranked fighter. So that's kind of what they were planning to do, I think. Like, 2 of the judges had to be in the bag to get that. That's my opinion. I've seen it too many times in even boxing, so it's something I believe that was kind of set up. It had to be a fight where Miranda had to shut it down, just crush her, submit her, knock her out, and let that be the end. But anything that was going to the cards was going to play in the favor of the favorite. You know, the favorite of the UFC. MJ said probably give Killhouse a rematch. I don't know, because Velasquez acts like she don't want it now. But yeah, let me pull up this tweet too from Jessica I, because Jessica I, she has some things to say here. What did Jessica I say? Well, Macy called her out. After the fight, Macy called out Jessica. I mean, what do y'all think of that fight? I mean, it's up in rankings, but hold on, let me see. Yeah, Macy said this at the post press fight. She said, I did actually think I won the decision, especially with that last round. Jessica is number 8. I would like that fight. So I give Macy some credit because she is calling somebody out. Even though she didn't win the fight, she got the W on paper, but she didn't just say, I'll fight anybody. She did let you know she wanted to fight. So I will still give Macy some credit there. Like, she's not one of the judges, so she's moving on. But her fighting Jessica I think that's pretty much what it's going to be right now, right? Because Jessica she took to Twitter and, you know, she voiced her opinion about this robbery. So Jessica is probably going to feel like, yo, I'm going to go in there and stop her. Or I'm going to go in there and really beat her. And now you have both sides kind of acknowledging each other. And that's going to kind of ruffle Macy Barber's feathers. So I could see that fight happening next. You know, Macy got a win over someone out of the top 10, but it's in the top 15. Jessica is coming off a loss to a top 10 opponent, Jennifer Maia. So they'll probably make this fight. They're probably going to try to make this fight. Lolita said I needs to smash Barber. And I think if this fight goes down, I kind of lean towards Jessica in this one. I do. I think Jessica I talked about it yesterday. I think she's got more experience, and her technique is a little bit more polished. Like, you know what Jessica is going to come with, and she's committed to it. I think Macy kind of switches up early in the first and second round. She doesn't really come on strong until the third round. You know, she doesn't really give it her all until that part of the second round into the third round. So I think this is going to be a fight where Macy's going to have to land something big, and we'll see if she can go in there and get the respect of Jessica I, and we'll see if Jessica I can just like put them veteran moves on her, because this is a fight I think. See, that's the thing, man. It's like I was saying, like, this is one of those flyweight fights, like, even with the prospects, like, some of the prospects you just can't put full faith in them. Like, you can't just say, oh man, this person gonna destroy him. Like, everybody in the top 10 is kind of 50-50. I mean, let's just Valentina. You know, Valentina on her own level, like I said, man. She's just on her own level. But Jessica I being in the top 10, it's not really a guarantee that she'll go in there and smash Macy. Now, if they gave the W to Miranda, I would have said, okay, Miranda's probably got the skill to figure Jessica I out. And she's got the strength and the ground game to take Jessica I to the ground and probably submit her. You know, same way Cynthia Calvillo had the rough and rugged style. I think Miranda has that physical style that can get Jessica I to the ground. But yeah, this is why I think this is what they're doing in the making right now. They're probably gonna put they're probably gonna put Macy in there with Jessica I, shoot her back up into the top 10, and maybe she'll probably have to fight one of the gatekeepers if she beat Jessica I. Like, she might have to fight Andrade or Chikagan next if she gets past them. You know what I would? Hold on. Let me see. Check the chat real quick. Marcus said Macy will make I look good when I isn't. Yeah. MJ fake flyweight champion running from a midget for 5 rounds. Dang, you still ragging on her. Lolita said, or Barber will show what she is made of and climb up in rankings. Yeah, it's kind of a close fight. I lean towards Jessica I a little bit more so because I think Jessica I, again, her technique is going to give her problems. Ooh, yeah, BJ, that's what I was about to say next. BJ said, who does Miranda fight? Look at this picture right here. I mean, I didn't plan on it, but when I looked at the picture earlier, this might be a good match, BJ. I don't see them giving her top 10 since, she lost this fight. So why not Miranda Maverick versus Sajara Eubanks? Not a bad fight, right? Because right now, where is Sajara Eubanks ranked at? She just came in on the same card Saturday night, destroyed Elise Reed, and Elise Reed is a strawweight, so that's not really a top level opponent for Sarge to just break into the top 15, right? After 3 years out of the flyweight division, right? So why not Sarge Eubanks? And yeah, that too. That fight too. Definitely that fight. Montana De La Rosa. That would be a good fight. Of course, yeah. Yeah, let Miranda go ahead and do what she need to do. Take her out, right, BJ? Take her out. Get right back on the right path. They robbed you of Macy, but you can go in there and take Montana's head off and then go back to where you need to be. The boss said, why did the judges rob Maverick but not Grasso? They aren't even consistent with that. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, Grasso, she clearly won 2 rounds as well. She clearly won her 2 rounds and let Macy come back. She let Macy come back in the 3rd round. And that's just one of those situations. Like, I think it really is the judges, man. I really do. They found one little argument. They said, okay, maybe because of Macy clinched up a little bit more in the 2nd round, then we're going to give her the 2nd round. I didn't see her getting the 2nd round, though. Yeah, Montana. Okay. Oh, she ain't beating Montana. Okay, man. Because I ain't gonna lie. Look, she heard me in my video yesterday. Miranda's striking was effective yesterday or Saturday. Miranda's striking was better than a lot of people thought it was gonna be. Her body attack was good. Her uppercuts were good. Her jab was good. Her angles were good. Like, Miranda, she's 5'3", but doesn't have like great reach. But when she starts to close in, she starts landing good body kicks. Yeah, that's why she's ducked. She's dangerous. The boss said, Eubanks, that's a tough matchup for Miranda. I'd like to see Miranda and Macy take a step back in competition. Well, Macy, no, like, ain't no taking a step back now. She calling out Jessica I. Let her go. She got the win. They're going to only push her forward from here. I mean, she's already at the bottom of the list, She's already at the bottom. So why take a step back? Like, they ain't going to give her an unranked opponent. Macy won it. She calling for Jessica I. Let her have it. BJ said Montana would have boxed up Macy too. I don't know. It's possible. But she would have got robbed too. She would have lost too. So, nah. Yeah, I think Macy is gonna be surprised with Jessica I too. Like, I think she'll be surprised. Yeah, I'm not a fan of her really either, of Jessica I, but I know her. I know her experience and her level. So, I think that if Jessica I doesn't take that approach to be aggressive like she has in the past, nah, man, like she gonna get she'll get outworked. But yeah, that would be good. Taking a step back, of course they're gonna make Miranda take a step back because they took the W from her. So if she gotta take a step back, Montana. Yeah, yeah, we'll scratch that Sarge fight. Let Sarge get hers. Let Sarge get hers. Let Sarge pick up where she left off. Let's talk about Sarge real quick. Sarge, aside from the opponent, looked good physically. Like Sajar Eubanks looked good physically. She made the weight. She didn't look weak. She made it without having to faint or anything like that. Macy, excuse me, not Macy. So Sajar Eubanks really did come in here and look sharp. I mean, it's still hard to tell because it wasn't, a high level opponent, but I think Sarge definitely has found something to stay on weight right. But we need a couple more fights to see if she can really stay at flyweight. Sarge had a list of names though. Sajar Eubanks had a list of names after that fight. She said Viviane Araújo, right? And she also called out Jessica Andrade. I mean, a little early for that fight, but I think Viviane Araújo would be a good name for Sajar Eubanks. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, I want to hold Sarge back because she got to pick up where she left off somewhere in the middle. Sarge already beat Roxanne before. She's beat Lauren Murphy, so kind of throw her somewhere smack dab in the middle. JoJo, yeah, BJ, JoJo or Viviane Araújo. Those are good fights, and yeah, either one of those names would be good. If she beats one of them, then maybe have her fight. But Sarge, like Sarge trains with Caitlin Chikag, they pretty tight. So that only leaves the other gatekeeper, Andrade. So maybe 2 or 3 more fights before she get to the champion. And in those 2 or 3 fights, we really need to see and be able to say her weight's on point. We still need to see Sarge come in there and make weight a couple more times before you try to throw her in there with the championship fight or even a title eliminator. Genesis Green, what's up? Genesis Green taking a peek. BJ said Vivi might jab her up though. That's a possibility, man, until she gas. So Sarge is, it's a winnable fight though. For the first round, she might jab her up, but then whenever Sarge start to pick it up in the second round, Sarge gonna take her down, man. Sarge takes her down in the second round, and then she picks up strength in the third round. She could probably beat Viviane Araújo. Sarge be throwing bombs too. MJ said Dana White need to send his hype job back to 115. She'll never become the flyweight champ with fighters like Shevchenko, Andrade, Chikag, and Santos, Firo, and Eubanks in that division. I mean, yeah, it's really tough. I don't really see any chance Macy has against any of them names you put up there. Like, those are some names up there that she's really gonna have to fight. Like, I mean, in a totally different style than she's been fighting. You know, she's gonna have to come with her game, man. Nah. Yeah, she might have to go back to 115 if she could make it. BJ said it's Vivian Mark. I don't think so, man. I mean, she might be in another few more fights if she don't pick it up. Like, Arujo was on a nice little game. She had a nice little game plan, you know, laid out in front of her. They were giving her the right names, but she just hasn't. She ain't come to prove anything, man. Like, Caitlin Chikagan fight, man, she should have went in there and stopped her, man. Yeah, if I did a who's next for Sarge, I'm gonna say for Sarge, I like to see her in there, Arujo, because that's who she called for. You want to fight Arujo? That would be good. You call for that fight, and then eventually you want to fight somebody like Andrade. That makes sense. I think she could beat Arujo, though. I mean, Arujo going to be doing a lot of movement, trying to get away from takedowns, and eventually Arujo going to gas out, and that's when Sarge can get her hands on her in that second round. Daniel Edwards was like, he said maybe they'll treat Maverick like Aldo and give her a title shot off a close decision loss. I doubt that. I would never do that. I mean, not even a title shot, but they wouldn't even give her a top 10 from where she's at right now. MJ said Sarge would beat Vivian Arujo. I could see it. Yeah, I could see her beating her. Nabash, Barber looks so big now. Who knows if she can still make 115. She actually looked trimmer than she did against Miranda than she did with Roxanne. She actually looked like she was in better shape. Gary Baldwin said Barber would not stand a chance against strawweights either. I think she would be better off because she was her technique would look better at strawweight. I mean, if you go back, look how she used to throw kicks. She used to be a little bit more athletic and agile at strawweight. Go back and look at some of her early fights in 115. She was kind of light on her feet when she was at that weight. Her fighting style was a little bit different. Oh, Barber Lemos. I had to go with Lemos all day. Barber Lemos, man, I had to go with Lemos all day long. And that's, you know, that's just basically saying her technique. Like, her technique could carry her up the ladder, man. Ravioli said Barber could bully a lot of strawweights. I don't know, man. Like, if Mackenzie Dern can get right and get on the right weight, and she can get down to 115, I don't know, man. I think that Mackenzie Dern could. I think that Macy Barber could. Macy Barber's only 23. Ravioli said Barber could beat a lot of strawweights. Doubt she could make it again. Yeah, I think the weight would probably be the hardest part for her. I don't know if she could beat a lot of them, but I think she could have better chance. She would definitely have a better chance at 115. Yeah, to me, she would look so much better too. Like, as far as like how she used to move and throw her kicks, man. But yeah, Sijara Eubank, you know, this was like a 50-50 thing where it was like 50%. It wasn't like a full 100% return because, you know, the opponent wasn't the best, but the best thing about the Sarge fight was seeing her make weight and come in there looking, sharp and strong as she did. So if she can keep doing that, I'm all for her at 125 because I don't see Sajara getting too far at bantamweight. I think the girls are too big for her bantamweight. Too many girls with speed and too many tall, long fighters, fighters with reach, and just fighters that are naturally bigger. Like when she took on Ketlin Vieira, that's too big for Sarge. Missy Chiasson, that's too big for Sarge. So Sarge has to really get on the right plan to stay at 125. Because let's see, you move up the ladder. Sarge was, beating some of the girls like Avila, the girls that were more her size. But when you started getting into Ketlin Vieira territory, if you get into Pena territory, Irene Aldana territory, even Holly Holm, those fights would be tough for Sajara Eubanks. Even Aspen Ladd was tough. I mean, she could have won in my eyes. She could have, gave that fight to Sarge in the rematch, but Sajara Eubanks already got 2 losses to Aspen Ladd, right? So the right weight might have to be flyweight for sure for Sarge. No need to try to squeeze in any more bantamweight fights, right? Bantamweight too big, man. I think if Sarge stays on it, she'll make it. Cause matching Sarge up, okay, she calls out Viviane Rujo. We can see her winning that fight. Taking on JoJo, she could win that fight. Cynthia Calvillo, not a big fighter, she's moving up from strawweight. That's somebody Sarge can handle. She's already beat Roxanne. She's already beat Lauren Murphy. She could handle Jennifer Maia. That's on her level. Jessica Andrade, she could handle that fight. These are all fights that are right around the right weight for Sarge Eubanks. So no need to go back 135, in my opinion. You mean bantamweight Ravioli? She's not ranked. She's not ranked at flyweight right now. You said how she ranked at flyweight? Yes, she's not ranked. She's unranked. She's still ranked at bantamweight. I guess in case, if she chooses to leave the weight, then they'll take her out. And she's 13 on bantamweight right now, but she's not ranked in the flyweight division. No, Gary, Aspen Ladd used to fight at flyweight. Yeah, Aspen Ladd, she used to fight at flyweight, but I think she had trouble making the weight as well. Because I want to say her and Sarge's first fight was at flyweight. We can double check though. Yeah, Aspen Ladd used to fight at 125. So in her early career. But I remember she stopped because she started having trouble making weight, and it was getting rough on her. Let me see. Wait a minute. Okay, the first fight was at 135. Hold on. I remember her fighting in bantamweight, I thought, because she was having trouble making weight. Maybe it's some amateur fight. I thought she did. Let me see. Aspen Ladd. She fought Amanda Bobby Cooper early in her career. Let's see. Yeah. That's how far back it was. Yeah, Aspen Ladd used to fight at flyweight. It was way back. That was like 2013. And I don't think she could make that weight now. I think maybe Viviane Rujo Nabash, maybe she got to lose a little bit of muscle. Maybe if she loses a little bit of muscle, that'll be easier for her. Oh, yeah, and real quick, too, next thing, I know y'all were upset, too. I was pissed off, man. The Macy Chiasson fight was off, but Just in case y'all didn't know, she actually suffered a stress fracture in her foot. Some she had during the whole training, I think, and she had to pull out of the fight because I guess it got re-agitated. She said. Well, let's see. Yeah, Macy Chiasson had a stress fracture in her foot that was re-injured during a workout. During a workout before the fight, she could hardly walk, much less fight. She said. It's on her Instagram too. She said, "Hey guys, I went into this fight with a stress fracture in my foot from camp. Should have been in a boot instead, but was feeling good with it wrapped up. I then re-injured it last night working out before my cut. I can hardly walk, much less fight. I just want to say I'm sorry," and so on. And she'll be back for the next fight. So, and she says she hopes that fight gets rebooked. So yeah, Macy's had a couple injuries because I think the Mario Renault fight. Once Mario, I think, tested positive or something. Then once Macy got injured. So injuries, man, they be happening, man. And if you don't make sure they're 100%, they'll come right back. You think Montana got to move to 135 soon? Like, she's been making the weight though. Has she complained about making weight? She seems to be making weight, right? She'll probably be okay. Until she'll be all right until Miranda gets her hands on her. That's the only thing she should fear. See, BJ talking about, I fear Montana gonna have to move to 135. Fear is right. She's gonna have to fear the Maverick. The UFC don't want Eubanks as a champion. They did everything to make Aldana their next star, but their plan didn't work out. Yeah, the UFC needs to let Eubanks do what she needed to do especially at 125. I don't see her being a big problem at 135, but Eubanks could be a problem at flyweight. If she sticks around flyweight, I think she'll be a big threat for at least the top 10. Eubank and what's her name? Eubank and Jennifer Maia, that would be a good fight. She said her weight cuts are hard a couple times, huh? So Montana has no muscle definition. She can stay at flyweight for a while. Oh wow, MJ said he thinks Vivian Araujo's gas tank is as bad as Gladelia's. It's up there. I really don't know who's. I might have to say Vivian Araujo because at least Claudia Gadelia's gone 5 rounds. Claudia Gadelia's gone 5 rounds with Joanna 2 times, without being finished, and I know you can factor in that Joanna doesn't hit that hard, but at least she could go 5 and not totally, just fall apart. But Vivian Araujo, sometimes she'll be huffing and puffing in the second and third round. I'll be like, yo, where's your cardio, girl? Gary said Montana isn't Firo. And that's a good fight. That would be a good fight, though. Montana and Manon Firo. But now, Manon Firo got to take on Marbo and the Silva next. And I got Manon Firo in that fight for sure. Jennifer Maia needs to go back to 135. I don't know if she needs to go back to 135. Well, I mean, she's done all she can at this weight. I mean, she's already challenged for the belt and lost. And I think Valentina might stop her in a rematch, honestly. I think, Valentina figured Maia out quick, and she just started picking her apart. If she starts early like that in the next time if they fought, Valentina would probably stop her, maybe. I tell you, if Manon go in here and she dominate, if she go in here and dominate MBS BJ, it's gonna be real. It's gonna be on. If she go in here and do it, and that's the thing, like Manon Firo, I put her on that list, man, because she is so committed to her style and her technique. Like, she's coming after you. Like, I see her going in for the kill for sure. Like, she's gonna abandon any type of hesitation. You know, Manon Firo is not gonna hesitate to go in there and make sure every single strike lands on MBS. You know, MBS ain't gonna be. She gonna be coming forward, putting that pressure on. She might get in a few licks, but I see Manon Firo, you know, just controlling with her kicks to the body, her straight left hand. Man, I hope she continue to make 125 because she's got to make it to the top, man. I really want to see Manon Firo stay, and I hope she can make 125 consistently and make it at least to one title shot, you know. Make it at least get up to Caitlin Chikagan and, you know, beat Caitlin Chikagan and take that spot and get the title shot, man. That'd be crazy. Ravioli said Manon looks big and wide. Yeah, she's big, man, like long. High five. What's up? High five said Manon throws more high kicks than Maverick. Barber will be murdered by Manon. Yeah, she throws a lot more kicks. Like, her off, you know, her stand up, of course, is probably the better of the Taylor Santos and Miranda. You know, I think that's her game. You know, she's a good kickboxer, good specialist in karate. You know, she's a little bit of everything in there. And like I said, now she's got that brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu too. You know, she's gonna be a monster. MJ, I wasn't impressed with Maya's performance against I. Her boxing looked weird. All these flyweights, all these big flyweights like Maya and Chikagan. Yeah, her boxing wasn't really. It wasn't up to par. Like, she was giving I too many chances. You know, Jessica I. That's her game. Jennifer Maia should have took the fight to the ground. Yeah, I don't think it's a easy fight for Manon either, but Myra Buena Silva kind of disappointed me with that fight against Montana. Like, I was like, come on, like, you really are letting Montana De La Rosa come back like this? Like, that should have been, to me, that should have been Myra Buena Silva's fight. Like, she had the pressure and the striking and the reach to make something happen, but she actually kept going back and forth with Montana. That's why I picked Firo, because I think Manon Firo is going to level up in this fight, man. Ravioli says Sajara Eubanks versus Taylor Santos. Man, that's a good fight. If they gave her that fight, that's tough, man. That is a tough one. Sarge versus Taylor. I think Taylor looks like a bantamweight though. Taylor Santos looks like a bantamweight. I think Taylor's like got a good clinch control, and I think she has longer reach too. Let me match them up real quick. I know Taylor Santos is a little bit taller. Yeah, Taylor Santos 5'6", 68-inch reach. And I think Sarge is like 5. I want to say 5'5" or 5'4". I'm just guessing, but hold on. Yeah, Taylor Santos is a big flyweight. Yeah, Sarge is 5. She's listed at 5'4". 1 inch reach disadvantage. So I don't know, man. I think Taylor would handle Sarge a little bit, man. I think she would be good on the inside, like with her clinch. I think she's just maybe a little bit stronger. And you know, she's making the weight. She's been making the weight consistently. That's how strong she's been looking at flyweight. Oh man, I don't know. I'm gonna have to lean towards Santos, man. Just a little bit. But anything could happen in that fight. Daniel Craig Dale said Manon is actually Valentina in disguise. She wears a mask, takes easier fights to stay busy. I mean, she's got some skills, man. I can't wait to see her move up the ladder here too, man. Like, we got some good fighters on the lower level here that need to be uh, moving up. Just got to keep proving themselves, though. Yeah, I can't really like go off of that fight. I know Taylor lost to Mara Barella, but it was kind of a different situation. She looked off that night, and it was like two different fighters. Like, since then, Taylor Santos is like hasn't looked back. I think that was just like an off night for her. Like, I ain't making excuses, but that's just what happened. I mean, since then, she's been beating ground fighters like Jillian Robertson. Yeah, I don't really see it as a red flag. I mean, I've seen people lose to some people before, and I'd be like, wow, they lost to that person. But it's just one of those situations. It was a close fight, though. High Five says funny that Barber dares to name another fighter after she got handed the win that she clearly lost. Yeah, man, she moving on, man. She thinks she won, man. She's moving on. She said, yo, shoot, I ain't looking back. Miranda ain't getting no rematch. I don't care what y'all say. Where Jessica I at? She's like, where Jessica I? Let me get this fight before they try to overturn my decision. That's crazy, man. Macy said, forget it, man. I don't care what y'all say. I did enough. I'm moving on. Let me get Jessica I. Oh, the boss said he think Myra did beat Montana. Yeah, it could have went that way, but I don't think neither fighter really showed up to take it. That's what disappointed me. I was like, come on, damn it, somebody got to take this fight. Excuse me. Yeah, Ravioli. She do need a new gym, man. Yeah, Ravioli. She need a new gym for real. She need a new gym. Because I was talking about last night, Ravioli. Like, they need someone that can build her skills off of how she's been fighting, like how she's built, how she chooses to fight. They really need to build around that, but they just got her like fighting backward and running away. Like, in this fight, like, I was like, what's she doing? Like, she's not committed to what she was doing in this fight. She seemed to do more in the Grasso fight. With this fight, she was just not on her game the first and second round. Not until the third round where she just started taking chances. Like, Macy's an offensive fighter. Like, yeah, you got to teach them defense, but she's an offensive fighter. Like, she needs to go in there and establish the center of the octagon. Miranda took the center of the octagon. Macy did not want it. She was on the back foot. It wasn't until the third round came where she was like, oh, I gotta catch up. I gotta catch up. Yeah, BJ, I'm telling you, man. Macy's the type to think like that, man. She said, I'm gone, man. Forget this. She like, Miranda who? Well, Miranda who? She like, shoot, I'm fighting Just Guy next. High Five said Miranda won that fight in public speaking against Barber. Maverick should be the future of flyweight, but not after Barber, after all his veterans retire. Yeah, it's sad. Yeah. Well, she's moving. Ah, man, that sucks when you think about it. Like, damn, she got this win. She's getting the win. They gave it to her, and now she gets to move on. Like, now she gets to pick of her top 10. I hope Macy and JoJo fight. Forget Jessica. All right, give Macy to JoJo. I think JoJo can beat her. Now I know JoJo can beat her. I mean, that's the type of style she like. Somebody that's wide open that she can kick in the face easy. Oh wow, BJ said maybe she shouldn't have grabbed the fence. You talking about Myra Bueno? So yeah, man, she should have did that. Yeah, Marcus. Macy don't need the gym hop anymore. Like it's not helping her. It's not helping her career. I mean, she's only 23, but she needs to find someone that can craft her style after her body frame and her approach to fighting. Man, for real. Like that's not her style. Like who put her on the back foot? Who told her to stay on the back foot? Like if she would have met Miranda in the center of the octagon, it might have been different results. Like when Miranda was putting pressure on her, she should have met her with pressure because she hits harder, right? You hit harder, so you should have been tagging Miranda back. But no, she went on back foot, so she didn't win. Oh, not Gordon. Oh, that's Gordon and Gary. Hold on. Gary said Manon's takedown defense is going to kill a lot of flyweights. Man, I just can't wait till she gets some more names, man. Gordon said Taylor is set to fight Mandy Bohm. Yeah. Mandy Bohm is from Mandy Bohm is kind of like a prospect from Bellator. Not even from Bellator. She only had one fight from Bellator. Then they cut her because the travel. The European, a lot of the European Bellator series fighters, they got cut because of travel. So Mandy Bohm got dropped from Bellator after one fight. She's 7-0. I think I'm just kind of memorized 6-0 or 7-0. I want to say 7-0, and it's really not a big meaningful fight for Taylor Santos. Yeah, Mandy Bohm, she's like a prospect, man. She's on the come up. Yeah. She only had one fight at Bellator, and then contract they had to kill it. She's undefeated as well. Yeah, Macy ain't young forever, man. She gotta settle down, man. Like she need a gym now. Like I'm not sure if it's this gym that she need to just stay with or just find another one and then stick with that, but it's not working. Really. Oh yeah. What was I saying before y'all started? No, this is the fight to make, man. Forget that. Hold on. She wants somebody in the top 10. Macy wants somebody in the top 10. We're going to give her this fight. Hold on. I know JoJo could do this fight because we'll put, right there. All right. Yeah, that's the fight. She want a top 10 opponent. We're going to put her in there. I want to see her in there with JoJo. JoJo versus Macy. I think JoJo would handle her easy, man. Like JoJo has a great chin. This is a style she likes. This is a fight where Macy might actually have to go to the ground because JoJo's punches are very sharp. She gets hit a lot, but JoJo has a very, very nice variety of punches and kicks. Like JoJo knows how to throw that jab and throw a right hand in combination as well, man. Like if somebody could just get their hands on JoJo and turn her into more of a slicker defense fighter, I think she would be more like Valentina. Like she's just so offensive minded and doesn't mind getting hit and doesn't have defense that it's really been kind of eating away at JoJo's potential. But I would put JoJo in there with Macy. You want a tough fight? You want a stand-up fighter? She would be getting kicked in the head all night and eating leg kicks from her. I think JoJo would beat. I think JoJo would beat Macy more convincing than Jessica I would. Yeah, I think so. Nah, JoJo's not like slow. Like JoJo is timed. She has timing. Like that's how she. Why you think she be hitting people with these combinations? Like she be kicking you right in the face because you don't never see it coming. Like she's very fluid. Like very. Uh, what's the word I'm looking for? It like how's the best way to describe JoJo's style? Like she's not fast and she ain't slow, but it's just well timed. Like she knows when to throw and she knows when to tag you. Nah, like Jillian, that's a different fight. See, JoJo has a great chin though. Like JoJo's chin is solid. Like, and she's a dog. Like her clinch. Don't forget, like she's a clinch fighter. Like she's a Muay Thai fighter. Like, do you think Macy could handle being in the clinch, being knee to the body? I mean, she couldn't take the body kicks from Miranda Maverick. So what do you think when she hits her with body kicks? Yeah, man. I think this would be a good good learning lesson. You want to go in there, you want to fight somebody in the top 10. Let's see you go in there with JoJo. Yeah, because when you start to get to them other levels, like the fighters with ground game and fighters with gas tank, like Caitlin Chikay and a Jennifer Maya, those are fights that are tough for Calderwood. But yeah, Daniel, methodical. Yeah, something like methodical. That'll work. Yeah, methodical. Like Joanne picks those punches. She's very very careful, but she'll let them go, and you won't even see them coming. Like you think it's slow, but boom, it's hitting you. Yeah, Roxanne got Macy gunshot in her fights. Gary, yeah, she did, man. Like Roxanne was tagging her. My other point right there. That's my other point. Roxanne was touching. No, I ain't even gonna say the word touching. She was picking Macy apart. Explain that. Roxanne was picking Macy Barber apart. I think JoJo would do the same thing because JoJo has better striking than Roxanne. She has better movement than Roxanne. Yeah, BJ, that's a different fight with Jillian though. Like Jillian's not gonna Jillian's she's not a striker like that. She ain't gonna be she's a sitting duck for that punching power of Macy Barber. So when you start talking to strikers, and like I said, even Roxy gonna put hands on her. Joanne would put hands on her. Roxy was like shooting her jab straight up the middle, man. She was piecing she was piecing Macy Barber up in the first round. Like everybody thought Macy was gonna knock her out. I thought Macy was gonna land the bomb, but Macy was getting picked apart. Getting her head snapped back. Gary said not how in a fight. I'll take it because that was Macy wanted that fight. Like Macy called that fight out. She asked for that fight. She was like before Grasso beat her, of course. And back to what I was saying, Calderwood beats them fighters that like to brawl. She'll beat fighters that are wide open like that. She'll beat Jessica I up. She, in my opinion, beat Lauren Murphy. Calderwood will put hands on you. Yeah, Modafferi looked good in that fight. Like, I was like, the hell? Like, she's landing good punches and she taking it to her, man. Gordon Morris said, did Macy's knee get hurt early in the... It got hurt in the second round. She hurt her knee in the second round, but first round, she was fair game, getting pieced up. Yeah, she, like, twisted her knee, or what was it? Was it her meniscus or her ACL? She tore her ACL. Yeah, Macy tore her ACL, I think, in that second round. But, yeah, before that, she was getting pieced up. Yeah, in the box. Yeah, JoJo would beat Macy up. All right, High Five said, let's not talk about Macy anymore. Yeah, all right. Yeah. We're not really talking about her, like praising her, but we're saying, okay, if you want to get in there, you can fight this person. But yeah, let's see, man. Last thing I'll talk about, mismatches, man. Like, what's going on, man? Like, why are they giving us flyweight fights we ain't asked for? You know, why are they giving us these flyweight fights like Sarge versus Elise Reed, Tabitha Ricci, last minute for Manon Firo? That's the best they can do. Like, you're going to bring a strawweight with potential up to the UFC to fight one of your killers in the flyweight division. That's not cool, man. That ain't cool. I don't get that. That's crazy. That is crazy, man. Like, I don't want to see any more mismatches like this in the UFC, man. I'm getting tired. I'm tired of the bad judging. I'm really tired of these mismatches. Like, stop bringing in these young prospects from, like, Cage Fury or, you know, just coming out of nowhere and then putting them in there with veterans and saying, oh, this is a last minute fight. No, man. You can't do that. Like, you messing up their potential. Like, get them somebody. Like I said, look, Sarge, y'all need to give Marina Moreau that ultimatum. Like, you can't fight? All right, we cutting you. I don't know what's the deal with Marina Moreau right now. She's still injured. If she injured, okay, that's fine. You know, that's cool. But other than that, I'm kind of like, yo, like, Marina Moreau, we need you. You know, you are one of our flyweights. Where you at? BJ said we going too far with the Manon talk. Andrade destroys Manon. No. I mean, when she get up the ladder and we see her continue to take heads off, nah, man. Manon, she too big, man. Manon ain't gonna destroy. Manon is gonna destroy Caitlyn. BJ said, let's talk Casey versus Joe Jua. All right. I think this is going to be another one of them fights that's kind of on the underground where it might be a good fight. Going to be a good matchup like Belbita and Hannah Goldie. Courtney Casey's in need, man. Like, she's in need of a good win right now, man. She's on, 2-fight losing streak. We need to see Courtney Casey go in there and tighten up on her hands, man. Like, this has got to be a fight where she got to keep it standing. You know, Courtney Casey got to keep this fight standing because Liana Jojua is going to just showcase that physical strength and try to get this fight to the ground. You know, if she gets it to the ground, it's over. I think she'll submit her quicker than Jillian Robertson did. You know, Jojua is sharp with her hands. She has a little bit of power as well, but I think she has physical strength, man. So, I don't know, man. Courtney Casey in this fight, she's got to do something, man. She's got to show something different. She's got to use her reach. She's got to use her range. She can't be gassing out. You know, she got to get that lead early. Like, overall, I would say Courtney Casey's got the better stand-up. But takedown defense is questionable. You know, it's a bit questionable. And I think if Joe Jua starts throwing strikes, she can feint strikes, switch levels, and get Courtney Casey down to the ground, man. Yeah, Lolita, like why would you interview Macy Barber before Roxanne? Roxanne won the fight. That's crazy. Yeah, Lolita, I don't get that. Like that's disrespectful. Like that just shows you what they did. That just shows you what they were out to do to Miranda again. Yeah, Antonina's out of the top 15 after that loss. He said, I noticed Antonina's out of the top 15. I'm sure she isn't done. What do you think? No, she ain't done. I don't think Antonina's like done. No, like she still got a little bit left just to see where she's at. I think Antonina, if she does want to fight, we could see her in there Miranda next. Gary, yeah, Antonina versus Miranda. Yeah, that was a fight that Miranda wanted, and it's still on the table. That's on the table, man, because it can definitely happen. Because if Miranda has to fight a fighter, unranked fighter, if Miranda has to fight an unranked fighter, there you go. Antonina's the one. Antonina Shevchenko was a name she wanted when Antonina was still above her, but now that she's fallen, and she just took a loss to Macy, let's put this together. I like that fight. Yeah. Scratch Sarge versus Miranda. Let's get Miranda versus Antonina. That'll kind of get her back in the right mind state. If she can beat a Shevchenko, that'll put her in the back in the right back in the mix mentally. Let her get a Shevchenko name on her resume, and if she beats Antonina, that'll be a good confidence builder for Miranda. Back on the road to, the ranked fighters. So that's the only unranked fighter I want to see Miranda fight right now is Antonina. MJ said Courtney got robbed against Aldridge. That was a close fight. Yeah, Jojua is opportunistic, man. Jojua, I look at some of her training, I think she's going to be a problem for some of these unranked fighters, so we'll need to see what she can do, man. Oh, Gary said Myra Buena Silva's a harder fight for Manon than Andrade. Wow. You think so? What's crazy is that means if Manon blows out MBS, then shoot. If Manon blows out MBS, then we ain't got to worry about Andrade. Yeah, I think MBS is a little bit tougher when it comes to the reach and the tools he has. But I think if Manon Firo can really measure distance well and her takedown defense is on point and her side kicks and her jab is ready, Andrade really won't have an answer. Like Andrade is just too small. Like Andrade is gonna be like what? She's gonna be giving up like 6-7 inches in height and size. Alone is gonna be a problem. But Manon and Myra Buena Silva, yeah, that's on my radar right now. That's gonna be a good one though. There's a lot on the line in that fight. Gordon, if Antonina beats Miranda, will she be back in the ranks? Probably. She probably will be, because Miranda is currently at number 13, which means she'll probably drop. They haven't updated the rankings, so let's see. Macy will probably go up to number 12 or 13, and Miranda will probably fall to 14 or 15. And Montana might move up to 14. Who knows? But yeah, she'll still be in the rankings. Antonina will probably get in the rankings if she beat Miranda. So, but yeah, for Miranda, I like to see her in there with Montana next or Antonina. Him just said a lot of fans jumped on Antonina's bandwagon. Yeah, I was never, I'm a fan of Valentina, of course. I'm a fan of her as a fighter. You know, never really was like a big fan of Antonina. I still wanted to see, like, I like her, but I wanted to see what she could do. Like, I was never one of them ones diehard fans that ever pushed for her. Like, you never heard me push Antonina like that. I know what you mean though. Like, fans jumped on the bandwagon, but like, I needed to see a lot from her. Like, I still needed to see a lot coming from her. See, I've been following Manon and Taylor for a minute and Miranda for a minute, and I was like, yeah, they got something more so than her. Yeah, Manon and Silva in the clinch is gonna be interesting. That's true. That's gonna be interesting, man. I am very, very curious to see how this gonna go on like the inside. Can she keep Myra Buena Silva back? That's the question. Let's see. The boss said, "What are your thoughts on Mazo Agapova? I thought they would give Agapova a bounce back fight, but it seems they don't want to push her anymore." I gotta lean towards Mazo in this one, man. Mazo's a bit of a slow starter, but I think Mazo's got the power and the length to give Agapova problems. Like, Agapova, if she's coming in rusty, I think Mazo is going to be just big problems. You know, I see Mazo just, landing head kicks, body kicks, using her range better. I mean, they're both long and lanky, but I think Mazo is going to be bigger. Mazo fought at bantamweight, so Mazo is probably going to control this fight. This is probably the best they could do for Agapova. Like, I mean, they could probably bring in somebody, but yeah, I understand though. Like, you would have thought they would have gave her a bounce back fight, but they might be trying to set her up. Let me see how tall Mazo is. I think Mazo like 5'8" or 5'7". They have similar frames. Yeah, Mazo's 5'7" with a 70-inch reach. Dang, she's tall and long, yo. Maria Agapova, 5'6", 68-inch reach. So one inch reach. I mean, 1 inch height advantage. Yeah, that'll be a good fight. I'm leaning towards Mazo though. Yeah, I think Mazo has got more power behind her shots. She's a little bit more dedicated to her offense. It's probably gonna be like a kickboxing match, like a Muay Thai fight though. Buena Silva don't give two. Yeah, Buena Silva's she's a dog in there, man. Like, I ain't taking anything away from her. She's a dog. She's tough as hell. But I think when it comes down to skills, I gotta say Manon's gonna be a little bit more polished with it. She's gonna hit her with the IQ in there. Manon makes better choices, I think. Because Myra Buena Silva made better choices. She wouldn't have came out with a draw in this fight. I mean, it was probably, it was the point as well, but I think she would have went in there and finished Montana if she really, really knew what was riding against her. Marcus said, Sabina's going to give us Dobson against Agapova. Shoot, it might be worse, because this has been a minute since Agapova's been in, so Mazo probably going to be putting some head kicks to this girl. Montana was 50%. Oh boy, there go BJ make an excuse for her. Montana was 50%, y'all. He said Montana was 50%. Why was she 50%, BJ? Tell me. Why was she 50%? Like, what was the excuse? Was it the weight? You better not come in there 50% against Miranda Maverick. Yeah, I sense those fights on the horizon. Miranda Maverick might fight one more time this year, and if she does, they probably gonna put her in there with Miranda. Excuse me, they can put Miranda in there with Antonina, or it's either gonna be Antonina or Montana De La Rosa. Elbow issues. Okay. All right. Okay. MDLR had elbow issues. Okay. All right. So Gordon said, "What's delaying Kagan versus Grasso?" I don't know. They might be. Yeah, Caitlyn did call her out. They might be trying to question why does Caitlyn want to fight so down the rankings? Like, why you want to fight somebody 8 spots below Caitlyn? Are you just trying to get money out of us? That might be a situation where they say, "Oh, Caitlyn, you trying to just get money now? No, we hip to your game. You gotta fight. You gotta fight Andrade again, or you gotta fight Taylor Santos." But Caitlyn though, she, I ain't gonna count her out if she fought Grasso. That would be a hell of a fight though, man. It's gonna be a hell of a stand-up fight. But then Caitlyn might try to go out of left field when she get out box and take it to the ground. You never know. All right, so let's see. That's pretty much all we're gonna talk about today. But let's see. All right, I guess last question. What flyweight fights are y'all looking forward to, really? Like, BJ, what flyweight fight do you really want? Let's put it that way. What flyweight fight are you really looking forward to? Yeah, I word it that way. Yeah, she making sure somebody that can't gut her, man. If you don't want to get gutted again, man. So you can't call out Andrade again, or even take Jennifer Maya. Let me see what else. What strawweight fight and flyweight fights y'all are really looking forward to? That's a good question. Yeah, not at all, Gary. Yeah, you can't use that as a crutch. But no, I would definitely I definitely just go with Mazo because she's I think she's stronger and she can hit harder, and I think she's just better at her game plan. She's not wild like that. Like, Agapova's good. She's good. She has a good offense, but I think Mazo is a bit sharper. All right, so the boss said Manon versus Myra. All right, Nabash, Manon versus Myra. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Gordon said, my guess is Caitlyn didn't want to fight those that have lost their last fight, like Arujo. Grasso had a win. Yeah. Nabash, Suarez versus Matafari. Yeah. All right, BJ said Casey and Jojua, Calvillo and Andrade, and hopefully the rematch of Velasquez and McFarlane. Suarez and Matafari. Yeah. Grasso and Caitlyn is 50-50. Firo versus Silva, yeah. Well, MJ says he's looking forward to Hill versus Torres and Firo versus Barber, Andrade versus Barber. Yeah, those would be good fights if they made them, man. Yeah, for real. I think Firo would, I think Firo would hurt Barber. But Firo got to make sure her chin is tucked because Barber. Well, Barber didn't really throw any bombs until the third round. Like if Barber backs up against Firo, Firo comes forward and she's using that reach and her power, she could probably hurt Barber early. But Barber got the power, so you have to tuck your chin. Firo lead the chin out a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, she lead the chin out a little. So Firo, you can't keep that chin out there against a Barber or an Andrade. We know Andrade too short. I don't think Andrade would get in there. Like Andrade's not gonna get on the inside. Yeah, she's not gonna get in the inside of no Firo like that. B just said Firo ain't getting either of these fights. We'll see, man. I think Firo will definitely get Barber before she gets Andrade, though. Yeah. All right, let's see strawweight fight. Lolita said Lemos against JoJo. Yeah, that would be a good fight down the line. BJ, Firo needs to fight a grappler before I'm sold. I've seen Robertson take out strikers. I need to see Firo prove it. All right, well, Manon Firo versus Andrea Lee. Andrea Lee's a good grappler. I think Andrea Lee's very strong. She put everything together in her last fight, and if she can look like that, she'll be a tough fight for Manon Firo. That would be a good fight. Manon Firo's ground game could be tested against Andrea Lee. They're both brown belts. Of course, Andrea's had hers, I think, if I remember correctly, a little bit longer. Yeah, she's had it longer. Manon Firo just got her brown belt like a month ago. But that would be a good test. Firo, yeah. Gordon, who do you want to see Grasso and Lee fight next? Shouldn't they fight each other? It's a good matchup. I want to see Grasso fight up. I want to see Grasso fight somebody up the ladder. Like Grasso versus who's open right now? Grasso versus, hold on. Alexa Grasso need to fight up in the rankings. I guess JoJo. Grasso versus Jennifer Meyer or JoJo would be good. But Andrea Lee versus Macy or Manon Firo would be good. Yeah, I mean, it's not, Grasso Lee's not a bad matchup, but I just need to see Grasso fight up since she's in this number 10 spot. Yeah, Grasso Arujo, BJ. Yeah, I don't know why I was ignoring that name. Yeah, Grasso Arujo's a good name. Yeah, you're right, Gary. Leonardo and Ricci. We not know Ricci's a small black belt, but still, right? Leonardo is a grappler. Leonardo got stopped. So, yeah. She's fought some grapplers. And she's fought Leah McCourt, who's in the who's Bellator featherweight. So, she got some good names on her resume. Manon's got better gas tank than Andrea Lee, in my opinion. I don't really see her fading out. Manon she keeps coming. Oh man. Hang on one second. Gotta give me some water. I'm about to get out of here in a minute. Anyway, hold on one second. Oh, no, I know I'm looking forward to Mackenzie versus Marina. I haven't talked about that much on this channel, but wait a minute. Well, I mean, I haven't talked about it lately. I've talked about it on the channel, but I haven't talked about it lately because it's already been announced. But yeah, that's a fight. Marina versus Mackenzie is a fight I'm looking forward to. I'll talk about it tomorrow. All right, Gary said Lee's ground game is underwhelming. Gordon said Lee is training at elevation now, though. Yeah, her ground game to me is getting a little bit better. JoJo should train at elevation too. Yeah, she's been linked up with Syndicate for a while though. MJ said Lee, Modafara, De La Rosa will never become champion. It's over for them. Dang. You hear that, BJ? I mean, BJ sees Montana's a threat. I mean, she young. She still got a long way to go, but shoot, 26 years old, she still hadn't climbed that top 10 yet. We'll see. Yeah, I won't say it's over for. Yeah, I can't say it's over for Montana. She's young. Roxanne maybe, because Roxanne is in the top 10 and Roxanne hasn't called the champion out. So I agree with you on that, MJ. Like, Roxanne had a time to call out the champion. After you beat Antonina, you beat Macy Barber, you could have called the champion out. But she chose not to. But Montana, I'm never going to say it's like over for her, because she's still got some youth on her side. I'm not going to say it's over for that type of fighter. Andrea Lee, she a little bit more experienced, and she hasn't broken into the top 10. Like, Andrea Lee still hadn't fought Caitlin or Jessica Andrade. Is it over? I don't know. So that's a yes, no, and a maybe in there. Like, it's not over for it's not over for Montana. I can't say that's kind of harsh because she again, got youth on your side. You never know what could happen. But when it comes to Roxanne, it's her choice. It is over for her because she missed out on an opportunity to fight Valentina. So yeah, but Andrea's a maybe. Andrea might be fighting for a title. It's possible. She fight the right people, she could fight for a title. So Roxanne's the only one I can say is like over for, because he never mentions Valentina. Teron Brown, what's up, man? Teron Brown, thanks for subscribing, man. Gary said Lee should have finished Antonina earlier. I think she did a good job on stopping her. Man. I think maybe she just wanted to showcase a little bit. Like, she was never in trouble in the fight, but I think it was still impressive that she got the stoppage, Teron Brown said, I hate women's MMA, just not all that. Dang, Teron don't like WMMA. Well, when I get back on tomorrow, I'll be talking boxing. If you a boxing fan, Teron, hey, come on through. Cause I talk boxing just as much. So Teron, look, hey, Sean Porter. I got to talk with Sean Porter fight, Terrence Crawford fight. So if you boxing or even just regular MMA, we'll talk about that on separate shows soon. But yeah, we talking WMMA, man. But I mean, everybody, that's you. And the boss said, I think Montana Oh, you just an MMA guy. Got you. Okay. Well, we'll start talking more, you know, regular MMA on some other days. But, you know, I got to cover WMMA, man. Like, I love the sport. I love this part of the sport. I love what the women do. But what did you think, Tehran, about the Sandhagen and Dillashaw fight? I got to go back and watch it again. Like I said last night, uh, I had missed out on a little bit of. What do you think about that fight, Tehran? Who won that, Dillashaw or Sandhagen? Gordon said Lee has been ranked as high as 5 or 6 before her close losses. She deserves to fight up like Grasso. But I love if Chiasson versus Lee happened because Lee would definitely move up if she wins it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't yeah, that's why I can't say it's over for Lee either. Like I'm on the fence about Lee because Lee still got a little bit of youth on her side, and I think she would take the fight with Valentina. But the thing is, yeah, no filter. Yeah, BJ. WMMA is a part of MMA. I guess he just means he don't like to watch the women, but everybody got their thing, you know. Doesn't float everybody's boat. I know. Yeah. Okay. You say Dillashaw won. Yeah, I thought Sandhagen was doing enough. Like, I had stopped at the third round because I was busy, but I'm gonna come back and watch the fight again. I'm gonna see. Yeah, MJ said he thinks Sandhagen was robbed. Yeah, that's what I heard, but I gotta go back and watch the last 2 rounds. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, Tehran. Yeah, Ryan and Tank. Tank going. Boy, I know you said you like Ryan. You know Tank going bang. Tank gonna put him up. Tank gonna put him out. Don't get me started on that. Oh man, yeah, that's the fight. Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis, man. Yeah. Um, Ryan been taking a little bit of a back seat, but Gervonta moving up to 140. If he move back down to 135, shoot. What Tehran said, just don't get what's taking so long to make Ryan Tank. It's politics, man. You know, Floyd don't want Tank to fight out of the promotion of PBC, and Ryan, he's kind of being protected by De La Hoya right now, so they don't really want that. They don't want that kind of danger to their star. You know what I mean? So Tank would take the fight, but Ryan's team, I don't know. Like, Oscar actually said Tank was a monster. He was like, Ryan ain't ready a while back. Oh, Lolita listening on the sly. Okay. She working. Okay, yeah, that's right. You said you were working tonight. So, yeah. No filter. You can make your assumptions about Montana. Talking to Marcus, you haven't seen enough Taylor, Maverick, and Manon, but you co-sign them. I mean, I like what I see from them. You know, we talk about it all the time. BJ, we always going. BJ, me and you, we have fun with that disagreement. Me and BJ have fun with that disagreement. You know, it's all respect. You know, I know how BJ feel about what Montana has, and I can't say she's done. Like, she has some potential to be somewhere in the top 10 if she continues to work hard. Like, I just don't see it now, but I think she could make it there. I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards Lewis, Robot, and Tehran. I'm kind of leaning towards Lewis in that fight. What about you, BJ? Who you got, Gain or you got Lewis? Okay, in the fight I've always wanted in MMA was Ferguson and McGregor. Yeah, Ferguson and McGregor, and I did want to see Ferguson and Khabib. Yeah, I don't know if we ever get to see Ryan versus Tank with the politics, man. I think Tank will probably fight it more fights at 140. I'm gonna, honestly, I'm gonna look at a few more games as fights. Like I'm more familiar. I seen some of games, but I need to look at it a little bit more. And I see I like his movement more so than Lewis, and I think if his movement's a big part of this fight, I think he definitely give Lewis some problems. But I'm just kind of leaning towards Derek Lewis just a little bit. Yeah, man, Manon Firo though, like I see her getting into the top 10, man, and I don't see her backing down, man. Like Manon Firo, when she get there, she's wanting to fight for the title. Taylor wants the title, Miranda wants it. Like those are the fighters that need to weed out Roxanne's and the Jessica Eyes and so on. Those fighters. Yeah, Lewis. Lewis. See, Lewis. Ain't lost no fight in Houston, man. Yeah, I know he 9-0. Yeah, I think 8-0 or 9. Yeah, 9-0. Man, damn, that's next Saturday too, right? Yeah, I'm gonna look at I gotta look at a few more of gains, his early stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I personally don't see Ryan beating Tank Tehran because I think I think Ryan has fast hands, but he don't have the footwork. I don't think he has the footwork like Tank, and he doesn't have the IQ of a Tank. Ryan's quick, but his chin is always open, and open chin for Tank is like that's ringing the dinner bell, man. Like Luke Campbell put Ryan Garcia on his butt, and if a guy like Luke Campbell can put Ryan Garcia on his butt, then believe me, Tank is going to land a big one. And it came down to him fighting the southpaw. He didn't know how to fight his southpaw that night. Uh, it was like the way he set the punch up. As a matter of fact, that's why Luke Campbell dropped him easy. And Tank is a killer right now, man. I think Tank is just on another level. Yeah, it could be. Tehran. He's kind of a typical Mexican brawler, but not even like that. He's more flashy like De La Hoya. Like he's not even like Chavez and like those guys. Like Chavez, he's a monster. He's a legend. But yeah, Gain is good. Yeah, Gain's good, but Lewis always finds a way to win, man. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm gonna look at some more fights tomorrow. I mean, we might shoot Tehran. We gotta talk about this tomorrow. When I get back on, I'll be back on about 7 tomorrow. We'll talk about this Derek Lewis and Game fight a little bit, cause I want to see what Game got, man. Let's see, McGregor versus Tony. I don't see that fight going the distance at all. Mm, I could see I could see Ferguson taking some of the best shots from McGregor, But I'm leaning towards Tony in that fight. I think Tony was gonna land some big shots on the inside there. I could see McGregor trying to keep that distance, but Ferguson, he's very good at keeping distance. He's a good striker. I think he's a good striker. He's got to me has better ground game, than McGregor. McGregor kind of abandoned his ground game. He liked to just try to throw kicks and lay back and think he can just depend on his check hook or his jab. But I think Tony Ferguson, he can match him. He can hit him hard and do some damage. And I think, Tony will take his best punches, man. Like, Tony's a glutton for that type of punishment. That's just me. I got to lean towards Tony in that, man. Robot Chick said Conor can't win with one leg. Gordon, do you think Grasso can handle JoJo? Can Grasso handle JoJo? Can she handle JoJo? I think she could. I think that would be a good fight. I think style-wise, it's a good fight. I think Grasso could kind of do what Cynthia Calvillo did to JoJo. She was able to box and land in JoJo, straight up the middle. And JoJo was kind of flustered by the speed a little bit. So I think Grasso Calder would be a good fight. I'd say it's 50-50, but that's a good fight. Of course, Calderwood mixes it up more with kicks and tie clinch. Oh, man. I like Gaethje a lot, man. I like Gaethje a lot. Versus Conor. I might have to lean towards Conor in that one a little bit. I like to see Gaethje win, but I think Conor might be able to pull that one out. I think Conor is better at picking. I think he's better at picking his punches. But again, when I factor in some of the things that Gaethje's been learning with his striking and his wrestling, like this have to be a fight where Gaethje had to get it down. But I'd have to go with Conor. I have to go with Conor by edge, man. Said Gaethje would kill Conor. I don't know. I would like for Gaethje to win. Don't get me wrong. Like, I really look at it. Yeah, he's got some good kicks. Yeah. I think he's a little wide open though, man, for Conor's punches though. That's a tough call. Like, I'm trying to think of a way for Gaethje to just beat him up, man. Like, I want Gaethje to win. I'd like for Gaethje to beat him, though. Don't get me wrong. Jorge said, which round do you think Valentino would finish Murphy? I honestly think the fight would go to distance. I think Murphy's tough, but if she was to stop Murphy, it probably wouldn't be till around 4 or 5. Yeah, Jorge. I think Murphy, if she got stopped, it would be around 4 or 5. She's tough, man. I don't know where Veronica Macedo is at right now. I really don't, man. She could be a strawweight though. Yeah. You don't think you have to take him down? You think he could box with him? I mean, he did look. He has some good boxing. He has good stand up. But I was like, to me, Gaethje's better. I think he's better on the better ground game than McGregor, and I think that I wouldn't want to see him give Conor a chance. So if I factor in his wrestling and his decent striking, I'll probably lean towards Gaethje a little bit, man. What happened to Lupita? Benitez is fighting Sam Hughes next. Yeah, Lupita Benitez and Sam Hughes are fighting. Yeah, Marcus put it right there. Yeah, they're fighting next. Yeah, that's a good point. Robot. Yeah, Dustin's kicks, they were tearing Connor up. That is a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, Justin's got good kicks too, man. And when I factor in his style and his how durable he is too, he doesn't mind taking hits. Like he could take counter shots. Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely lean towards Gaethje. I mean, I like Gaethje better anyway. So, um, that's a good point on the leg kicks though, man. Cause Connor, man, oh man, I don't think his legs ever gonna be the same. Mr. Lee going to Lapidus in Detroit. Toronto said, "What do you think? What guy do you think has a good chance of beating Tank? Who could beat Tank? Probably Devin Haney. Devin Haney has a good chance of beating Tank. And even then, that's still tough. I don't know if Devin could take that power, but Devin Haney's probably got a good chance, and maybe no Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez. I could see Tank beating Teofimo Lopez, but no, they're guys with good chances. That's why those fights need to happen. Tank versus Devin is 50-50. Teofimo versus Tank is 50-50. Canner. Yeah, yeah. She definitely got a lot of moves. Yeah, she's definitely got a lot of moves from Murphy, but it depends on how cautious and respectful Murphy is, because people thought Valentina was going to knock out Liz Carmouche, but it was Liz Carmouche's decision not to engage. So what if Murphy decides not to engage? So I can't really just say this going to be a fight where Murphy's going to get knocked out, because Murphy would go into defense and show the respect based off of her experience before she'll take a crazy chance. Like, she's not going to stand in there and get KO'd like Jessica I. Like, Lauren Murphy has an IQ to at least avoid getting really hurt. When she steps up in a level, you will see her show respect to Valentina, and that respect is going to keep her alive. That's how I see it. Like, I don't see her taking an amateur chance when her defense is already not the best on getting a big head kick. She's going to stay on the range, or she's going to try to close the distance to try to take Valentina down. Valentina probably going to pick her apart, but I just don't see her getting stopped unless she really gets busted up, like in the 4th or 5th round. Like, head kick in the 1st round, that means Lauren Murphy's just like, she's not even thinking. Like, Valentina didn't even knock out Caitlin Chikagan in the 1st round. You know what I mean? She caught her with spinning back fists and back kicks, but she never knocked her out. And I think she's less durable than Lauren Murphy. When it comes down to, like, how they're built, Lauren's tougher. But yeah, all day long she could outclass her, but stopping her, I had to kind of think about it first. Like, I had to kind of think about it. Oh, do you like Max Holloway? Yeah, I like Max Holloway. I like Max Holloway. I like Max Holloway a lot. I like his style. You know, I'm a boxing fan, a stand-up fan. I love his stand-up. I thought he beat Volkanovski that rematch for sure, but they didn't give it to him. I mean, y'all, what do y'all think? I thought Max Holloway beat Volkanovski the second time. I love that performance he put on Brian Ortega, man. He was just, oh man, his striking was just off the hook, man. That was just amazing to watch. Then his last fight against Calvin Kattar, man. I mean, he was just, oh man, that was just beautiful striking, beautiful jabs, just beautiful combinations. You know, he's a fun fighter to watch. Yeah, he gets hit a lot though. Yeah, he does get hit. Yeah, Teron, he gets hit a lot, but you know, he's fun to watch. Yeah, oh man, like Max. Well, you know, Conor. Yeah, if they fought again, Max might win. He'd probably win this time, but you know, Conor do hold that win over him, right? Maybe that's why I'm a fan of Marina Rodriguez, MJ. You know, I love those. Love watching all MMA, but I love stand up though, man. Ooh, Max Holloway at 155. That'd be pretty big on him, would it? I don't know. That'd be decent. Maybe Power would carry up. But yeah, man, good talk, everybody. You know, good conversation as always. I got to go eat something. It's time to wrap it up. But yeah, final thoughts. Appreciate everybody coming through. You know, new people coming through. Make sure y'all subscribe. Hit the like on the way out. And yeah, make sure y'all just subscribe if you haven't. And yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat. We'll be back on tomorrow about 7 p.m. You know, let's talk about this Gane and Lewis fight a little bit. And Marina versus Dern. You know, that's a fight I'm looking forward to. So yeah. Yeah, so that's the plan. Talk about whatever else comes up. So with that, I am about to bounce up out of here, y'all. Again, shout out to everybody coming through. Good talk, good points as always. And like always, y'all, name is Combo Breaker 99. Make sure y'all subscribe. See y'all tomorrow at 7. I'm out. Peace.